Hello, everybody. It looks like we are live. How exciting is that? Had to turn my little TV off. So we are live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Formless Friday, and welcome everybody who watches on the replay. So on Fridays, we meet here at 4 o'clock. And then at 5 o'clock, we always go and visit Granny D. I call it Formless Friday because originally I didn't really have a specific plan. I was going to mix up live streams like today, plus recorded videos, plus occasional interviews. At that time, I was still doing Monday Men every week, but I wanted a place to post interviews with women. But I really haven't done anything that wasn't a live stream in a very long time. Certainly not since I got sick, and that was what, April, May? So I need to start doing recorded videos again. So, and then nowadays I'm doing 2 live streams a week, Wednesday Free for All and Formless Friday. When I start posting recorded videos again, I'll probably start doing oh hey Ian. When I start posting recorded videos again, I will probably start off with Sunday readings. But who knows what else I might do. I don't do yarn reviews because I'm not a first adopter for yarns usually, or equipment reviews. I did. Excuse me. I did at one point want to record something about all the wonderful pattern books that I have. I don't do separate videos about my whips, although usually when I go live, I talk about my whips. And I have the same ones going on. The one I was doing that had all the squares, I finally finished all the squares. Now I just need to sew them together, and that's my least favorite part. And then I have another blanket in the works. I have the same shawl I've been working on forever and ever. I have a couple of do-rags in the works also. Feels like I've been working on those forever and ever as well. And I'm always coming up with new sweater ideas. I want to revisit some of my patterns, the ones that are already published, and see whether they need revising, and just remake some of those. I have a couple of bins full of completed objects that my friend is going to sell for me when she does the craft bazaars in the in the fall, and then we're going to split the proceeds. So I've got a lot. I suppose I've got a lot going on. Oh, hey, Jackie. Doing well, thank you. How about you? So let's see. Wonderful. I just got an email with links to more knitting patterns. I don't knit. I probably put myself on that email list, or maybe it's just by association with some other list. I never even look at the um, crochet patterns that I receive in by email, and most of those are free too. Anyway, oh, let me show you some happy mail that I got. I won the giveaway that Keith Lewis was doing. So I have some happy mail to show. First, it included this wonderful tote bag. I hope you can see it. It's hard to see in the with this camera when I'm using the fake background like this. But isn't that a nice looking tote bag? Oh, hey, She Spins. Let's see what's inside. This is Lion Brand Mandala in Centaur. I have a cake and a half of this already. So, in this very same colorway. So I have to figure out what to do with that. And this is Lion Brand Watercolors, or Mandala Watercolors. Let me see what the colorway is. Icy Grape is the colorway. It's a 5. There's 164 yards of this. I could probably make a nice hat out of this. I don't know why this was in a Ziploc bag. This is a Karen Swirl cake. The colorway is Toasted Almond. It's a 5. And there are 252 yards of this. But wait, there's more. Here's a pattern book. This is Vanna's Choice. In Sea Spray Mist. It's a 4, and there are 145 yards of this. That's a pretty yarn. I've never used that one before. So there's also a cute, oh, this is, I didn't even look at it. At first I thought it was a notebook, but it's a tidy little Gospel of John. Hey, Shatika. And there is this, I haven't opened this little box. It says it's a ring light that you use for making selfies. So, that's nice. Happy mail, don't you think? And once again, here's this gorgeous tote bag that was included. And I just stuffed everything in the tote bag when I unpacked it all. I don't have the patience. I'm not one of those who can like wait until I'm doing the broadcast to actually open the package. I'm just not that patient. But this is nice stuff. I must have been mistaken. I thought that instead of some of the yarns here, there were going to be 2 identical cakes of something, maybe it was a mandala cotton cake or something like that. Oh, I'm so sorry. And with that, with those identical cakes, I was gonna make some sort of a, well, I knew exactly what kind of beach cover-up I was gonna make. It was gonna be based on a, Bag-O-Day design. Except because it was gonna be a cover-up, I was gonna use, instead of like a, solid granny or traditional granny, I was going to use a wonky square, um, granny, which are always fun if you get your counting right. Almost every time I make a mistake of any sort, it can all be traced to counting. Um, so, but that's just me. Um, anyway, so everybody tell me what's on your hook. You know, what's going on? How's your day going? It's been a very dreary day around here. I looked out the window and it almost looked, it was midday and it almost looked like it was night. Um, Ian says, "Boo! Down with counting." Ian, do you know well, you know of Camelot? I'm sure the show. There's a really great um, song in it. It's most musicals, they have sort of the equivalent of a seventh inning stomp where you it's sort of a wake up thing. Um, but Camelot has one where this evil illegitimate son who has come into the story early on, his song is "Fie on Goodness." Um So, down with counting makes me think of that. Fie on goodness. Ugh. I'm sure you could find that song on YouTube. You must, I'm sure. But I really don't like Camelot as a musical, but I swear to you, the last time I saw it, one of my best friends um, was Lady Guinevere, and she made me cry. It doesn't take much to make me cry, but she is brilliant. And I saw her and her husband play a couple on stage in another opera, and they were brilliant then. I haven't seen her in several years. That makes me sad. I've lost touch with so many friends, and that makes me sad. Mm. But I do have all of you. That makes me less sad. Anyway, I'm going to put the link up. Give me a second. So there's the link if anybody wants to join me. I think that would be fun. And while I'm putting links up, I'm going to put up Granny D because remember, we go and see her at 5 o'clock today.
Hello.
There we go. I knew I could count on you.
I love the attention that I get on someone else's page.
I don't think I've seen you since you went blonde.
Oh, it's yellow. It's
Oh.
it's very yellow. Yeah, it's been maybe 2 or 3 weeks, somewhere between there.
Oh, okay. I have been watching very many people's videos lately. I've been watching a lot of HGTV. I sort of got overloaded with crochet videos, unless there's something specific that I want to review. Like my current blanket is a drunken granny blanket. So I had to review like the stitch count for the initial chain, that sort of thing, the multiple.
Mm-hmm.
But the technique is very, very easy.
Yeah, I've got my headphones on so I can talk to you and also listen to a bag a day video. Because I'm making newborn baby breeches.
Oh,
They're
cute.
houndstooth. So
Cute.
I've made them before, but I didn't remember the counts or anything really. So I had to watch it again.
That reminds me, I have a shopping bag that I need to write up and publish. I'm sure I have at least one shawl that I need to write up and publish, but then I think I've completely forgotten how to do it. I haven't been designing much lately. And I've, as far as stuff that I do, I got, when I talked to my friend who's going to sell my stuff at the craft fairs,
Hmm.
I got onto this blanket and hat and scarf kick. I've got a box full of hats. And I keep trying to call these homeless shelters around here, and I can't get through to anyone.
Really?
Um, Now I know people, or I've heard people saying that in the winter they'll drive around with a box full or a pile of hats in their car. And when someone approaches them at a street corner, they'll give them a hat if they need one.
Oh, that's nice.
So I thought about doing that.
See
I
what
don't
I
know.
can do next.
Sorry?
Oh, I'm just talking to myself. Sorry. I forgot that I was online for like 5 seconds and just spaced out.
Mm. I have these fun headphones that I got. They're Bluetooth.
Hmm.
I wore them for one of these live streams, but because they're Bluetooth, there was a bit of a lag um, between what you could see and what you heard coming from me. So, and that bothers a lot of people more than it does me. I'm like, so what?
Yeah, I only use these pretty much with my phone. So my gay ass got these.
Well,
Um,
that's why I chose this sort of rainbowish pattern too.
yep. So I went to Five Below, which I never really go to anymore because I don't really have any need for anything they had there. Um, I did want to see if they had yarn. I think they did have something, but it was like garbage yarn. Um,
Hmm.
so I went and they had a pride section, and oh, hey, Mombi.
Hey there.
Um, so uh, they had a pride section, but this was in July, I think. So all the pride stuff had been marked down, which I was like, great, because I'm poor and gay. and and they had these. So these were originally $5, and they marked them down to $3.50. So I was like, and they're Bluetooth as well, no
Hmm.
words. Ooh, yay! I'm glad you came. I think I saw that you liked it. If you're Amy. I'm bad
Mm.
with making connections between people's Facebook names and people's YouTube names. So, what she's talking about is I have a Facebook group, and it's not like a, a fan group or whatever. Like that's not what it is. But um, it's just because I go live so randomly. I just do it so I can like tell people I'm going live, and we're gonna start a Cal soon, which I'm really excited about. And we're gonna do these little tiny F bombs, and they're just gonna be little bombs with the letter F on them. I'm so excited.
That sounds so cute. Someone suggested I do a cowl with one of my patterns. So if I did that, everybody in the room, if I did that, tell me which pattern you'd like to see me do. Oh, hey, Angela.
I think doing one of your do rags would be good.
One of my do-rags?
Yeah.
I was thinking of doing that. Because it's really very simple once you get started. Actually, I could use some of that new yarn, that new bulky yarn,
Ooh.
that that I was just showing a minute ago that came in Keith's giveaway. Because that would be great for demonstration purposes with an oversized hook. I might make an actual do-rag with some of that yarn and an oversized hook.
I think that would be perfect. Because I find that with cows, like it's nice to keep it simple. So
Mm-hmm.
all like levels of crocheter can do it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Luckily, if I do it, everyone's going to be able to do it because I'm not that good of a crocheter, admittedly. But that's okay.
Well, actually, the do-rag is really very simple. It's just your basic moss stitch. Hey, Samantha. It's just your basic moss stitch, and the increase is very easy as well. Maybe I'll do that.
I think that'd be great.
Should I do it live or do it as recorded videos? Hey, Daniel.
Oh, hey, Daniel.
Oh, hold on. Let me show you my in-process shawl that I'm doing with your yarn, Daniel. Hold on. I'll be back in a second.
I will entertain you guys. I'm so entertaining. It's crazy. So, what are you guys up to today? Talk to me. Tell me. If you don't tell me, I'm just gonna make assumptions. Hey, Jeannie. I'm gonna assume that you are all horseback riding through the savannah, and which sucks because I hate horses. But I'm also gonna assume that you are belting out Celine Dion. My heart will go on, and you are also crocheting while you're doing that. So if I'm wrong, please tell me.
Hey?
I told them to tell me what they were doing, and if they didn't tell me, I was gonna assume.
Oh, yeah. You know what happens when you assume?
Yeah,
Of course, I don't have to assume to do that.
exactly. I know what I am, and
So,
you are what you eat. So
I vaguely remember what that means. Um, anyway, yes, thank you, Daniel. This is Crystal Bagaday's All That Glitters shawl,
gorgeous.
and it's with Daniel's yarn, which you can see in Hank form in the background there.
Oh, so pretty.
So by the time I finish with this, I think I will have done, I will have used one complete hank. But I've been working on that for a very long time. Hey, Jeannie, I didn't welcome you in. I'm glad that you're here.
Sorry if there's a little bit of noise disturbance. My parents always decide to do chores or stomp around or turn the volume way up on the TV as soon as I'm live. So,
My sister is always watching TV and it's always like really loud, and she loves this violent stuff on TV
oh my
that
gosh.
I just can't stand. I don't want to hear people screaming and dying. I don't want to hear explosions. Oh, Jeannie, yes, I have been using the Trubu that you sent me. Jeannie sent me
Mm-hmm.
13 skeins of Trubu.
Oh my goodness. Jeannie's the best.
And it's it's very soft, and lovely to work with, and it makes good do-rags.
Oh, I bet it would. So does it split as much as some people have said?
It does split.
Okay.
So you have to be careful with it. I do like it, Jeannie, yes.
That's so nice. We have such nice people in the community. I mean, not everyone is as nice as us,
Of course not.
but we set
Who
a
could
pretty
be
high
as nice
bar.
as we are?
But yeah,
But
but we
and
have a lot
you
of
know,
nice
it's
people here.
interesting. I look at live streams outside of the yarn community, and it's like night and day, the difference.
Mm-hmm. True.
So I don't look at them. Oh, hey, Keith, I was just showing your Happy Mail to people. Maybe I'll show it again since we have more people in the room.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Oh, hold on. Oh, at my age, even uncrossing my legs is
Oh,
not that
you're
comfortable.
telling me. If I just like sit too long, I'm cemented in one spot.
That sounds uncomfortable. But then there are people, we won't go there. Anyway, there was this wonderful tote bag. Isn't it nice? And then all the yarn is inside it.
I love it. It's very reminiscent of like the 90s for some reason to me, but in like a good way. Like, I really like it.
I hadn't thought of that, but I can see where you're getting that. Then there's this it's hard to see with this fake background, but anyway, it's a pattern book. I haven't leafed through it yet, but let's see. This is some Vanna's Choice in, what was it, Seafoam Mist? And this Lion Brand Mandala in Centaur.
Oh, Jeannie's saying you should make yourself bigger so they can see everything.
Oh, maybe I'll do that. Hold on a second. There we go. Lion Brand Mandala in Centaur. I have a cake and a half of this all in the same colorway already, so I'll have to figure out what to do with that. Karen Swirl Cakes. This is a 5-weight, and the name of the colorway was Toasted Almond, and it's 252 yards. This is Lion Brand Mandala Watercolors. And this is Icy Grape. It also is a 5-weight, and it's 164 yards. Okay. That's all the yarn. This cute little Gospel of John. At first, I thought it was a little notebook, but it's a Gospel of John. And this is a ring light for doing selfies. I haven't opened it up and looked at it, but I think it's a really cute idea. So You ready, Ian? I'm coming back.
Born
Okay.
ready.
Yep. So it had been ages and ages and ages since I won any giveaway. And I'm pretty pleased with that. So one of those 5-weight yarns, I'm going to do a cow showing my do-rag. I tell you what, I'm gonna set a do-rag sales goal before I start. I think I'm gonna record the cow video rather than doing it live. But let's see. How about if I get 10 more patterns starting today? And at that point, I will do the cow. How does that sound?
I think that sounds good. I think you should advertise on my Facebook group. That's the only way I can help you. So but you can advertise on my Facebook group if you want to get some people on there.
I'll do that, and I'll also do it on my own, either the group or the page. And anyone who is a member, or a member of the YouTube channel, there's always an ongoing sale, a members only sale on Ravelry. So you would have to scroll back through my community page to see that, to see the details on that. But because the do-rag starts out so inexpensive, and also because the proceeds go to a local cancer center, that one is excluded from the sales, from any sale that I ever do. But it's only $1.99. What is that? Like about a third of a cup of coffee at Starbucks? So anyway, yeah.
Sorry, it's pretty loud here, so I just thought
That's
I'd
okay.
mute myself.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, 10 more do-rag pattern sales, and I will do the cow. Now y'all gotta hold me to that. Anyway, oh, by the way, Nightbot just posted about my Premier affiliate link. If any of you are in the habit of buying through the Premier website, I would not object if you want to use my affiliate link. Doesn't cost you anything, I get a few cents. So it's funny with Premiere, like every 3 months I get a check for $6 or something. You know, every little bit helps. Sometime in the next couple of days, I should get my YouTube payment. That will at least get my bank account out of the red.
That's good.
Um, red hair is fun. Red financial status, not so much.
Yeah. I feel you on that one. I wish I didn't, frankly.
But anyway, yep.
You don't move back in with your parents because you're doing really well. Unless they're not doing well, in which case it's totally different. But that's not my situation.
Well, there's a reason I live with my sister, but also, sort of feel like at this point we sort of need each other.
Mm-hmm. That's good. So this is kind of random, but when I saw Daniel come in, it made me think of it. So I I know one thing that Daniel doesn't do, because it's not cost effective for him, is dye acrylic yarn. And I've been thinking, you know what, I want to like try dyeing some yarn and see how that works up and stuff like that. So on my Facebook page, I am looking for testers who want to just like try out the yarn, and all they have to do is pay for the yarn and the paint and shipping. Like, I'm not making a profit here. I'm just seeing if like I can dye yarn. I'm really excited to start trying though. It's a completely different process than dyeing wool or anything like that. And so I'm trying to find different, actually you reminded me, not Daniel, because I wanted to try different types of acrylic yarn. So I was gonna dye regular acrylic, like super value acrylic, and then I was gonna dye premium acrylic, and then I was gonna dye anti-pilling, just to see if like that would be if that would make a difference in how soft the final product was.
Who is Craft 2 on Ravelry?
I don't know.
Whoever that is just bought my do-rag pattern. So must have been in response to this conversation.
I hope so, but if it wasn't, even better.
Anyway, yeah, that's cool. I'm digging this this yarn that Keith sent me.
It's very
from
nice.
his giveaway.
Yeah, I've kind of gotten to the point where I've never win giveaways. So
Diamond Ring Girl.
Diamond Ring
Thank
Girl.
you so much.
Yay! Yay! We should have a party.
Oh, hey, Nana's Crafty Corner. So, did you just come in, Nana? Because I was just showing my happy mail from Keith. I don't have the energy right now to reach like 2 feet to show it again, to grab it and show it again.
Yeah, I mean, you've already done it twice.
I should arrange it for a nice photo.
Oh, that'd be nice.
And then post it on
Hey,
Instagram.
Rose.
I'm sorry, say that again?
Oh, I was saying hey to Rose in the chat.
Oh, hey, Rose. Yeah, I'll make a nice photo out of it.
That'd be lovely.
Yeah. Yeah, Nana. I think I'm gonna take a a nap when we're done here. But of course, I'm going to send everybody over to see Granny D. Oops, that's not what I meant to do.
So, Rose said, "How are you both doing? And what are you making?"
I've got pretty much the same whips I've been talking about for a while.
And I am making little newborn, what's the term? I keep on wanting to say Hemingway.
I want to say pantaloons.
Herringbone?
Oh, herringbone, yeah.
Is that it?
If you mean a herringbone stitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of the H word, so I was like, yeah, so I'm making a herringbone stitch. You can see it a little bit better on this side. Stitch little pantaloons for a baby coming into this world in early October.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And how am I doing? Not great, but I'm here.
Yeah. So I have some. I was making a, you know, the technique where you simulate a knitted brioche texture by using back loop only single crochet.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I had some sweater panels. I was going to make a sweater with that. So I put a good couple of hours into undoing those, and now I have a whole bunch of these long, twisty bits of yarn that I'm gonna have to ball up, and then I've already got an idea for what to do with them, but I have a couple more panels to do before I get started on that other idea.
Yeah. You know what I've been leaning on pretty hard lately? And I don't know why I like always forget that I have it, but I have my
The
yarn
everlasting
binder.
arms? Is that what you've been leaning on?
I've been leaning on winders, yarn winders. Yeah.
I've got a yarn winder, and it's a nice one. It was not cheap, I'll tell you that. But the last time I tried to use it, for some reason, I had forgotten how to do it right, so it kept getting tangled up.
Oh no.
So I don't use it all that often.
Yeah. But to me, like, I would much rather use, I mean, I have some yarn like yarn holders, yarn bowls. That's what they are. But they, she spins, says, "Woot woot! I'm off work and can now soak in the craftiness. Yay!" But yeah, so I've got some yarn bowls, but I just, it's not my preferred way of working. I don't like my yarn just moving around. I like a nice center pull that just comes to me. So I've had some tangled up yarn, just like the tangle, just I can't even put words to it how like tangled some of my yarn has gotten. Also, my niece decided that she wanted me to teach her how to crochet, which she's not that young. She's probably 9 or so. But she is very emotionally immature, I'm gonna say. And yeah, I mean, and there are all types of yarn winders that are a lot less expensive than really nice ones. So I would definitely keep a lookout for when they're on sale on Amazon. That's what I did.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But so I try to teach so I have these like stress balls that I make that look like little squishy brains. And I wanted to see if she wanted one because I have a bunch and they're not selling on Etsy right now. So I was like, take one. Um, and she was like, "Oh, let's make one." And first of all, she started going through like all my yarn, and I was like, "Nope, nope, 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 nope." I was like, "I use very specific yarn for this. I use dollar store yarn for this. That is the only yarn that I use for this. Do not touch my nice, expensive yarn." Expensive to me, but probably cheap to everybody else. And so she was like, okay, and she picked like of course she picked a Chanel yarn. And I was
Ah,
like, you want to learn how to crochet on a Chanel yarn? I was like, this is gonna be horrible. And so I tried to teach her. So I got her to do a slip knot, and then she could not chain. She just couldn't do it. Um, and I'm good at teaching knitting, but I'm not good at teaching crochet. So it's like, why don't we watch some videos on um, uh, how to chain? And she was like, "Oh, I don't learn really well from videos. That's why I didn't do well from like, homeschool or whatever happened in 2020."
that
And
thing.
yeah, that thing. Well, yeah, I guess it's a virtual school or something. I just wanted to make it clear that my sister did not homeschool her. um, and, oh, hey, mobs.
Hey, mods.
Um, so she just, she just knotted up that yarn like you would not believe. Like Chanel yarn is already like a little bit temperamental. By a little bit, I mean like you look at it wrong and you piss it off. But like then you have dollar store yarn, which kind of tends to tangle a lot anyways. And so you put those together and then you add a 9-year-old child. It's just
Oh,
it's still
yeah.
like so there's I was like, so I taught her to use my winder, and I was like, you know, um, let's do this. Oh, hey, crochet me pink.
Howdy.
Um, so uh, it's still on my winder, and like half of it is just this huge knot that like even Mel loves to detangle stuff, and she has patience for that. I do not. She was like, "This is unsavable." So I think I'm gonna cut my losses and run on that. Luckily, it was just
Yeah.
dollar store yarn,
Yeah.
not
Now
just polka dot
I
dollar store
like
yarn.
the Dollar Tree Just Yarn. That is Premier Yarn. I
Yeah,
like that. I call it my $17 sweater. Um, with with well, basically 17 of those back when Dollar Tree had stuff for $1. Um, 17 of those skeins.
that's awesome. No, I love Just Yarn. I love Just Yarn Active. And I don't even mind the Chanel that much. Um, it's just like I don't really like Chanel yarn, so
I don't think
it's
I've
more
ever
I
used
have a
it.
problem with the yarn type than the yarn itself.
Hmm. Yeah. I mean, my yarn tastes are not that expensive. I love beautiful colors. I love beautiful textures, but at the same time, I don't need it to be terribly expensive.
Agreed. In fact, I like it I like it more and I use it more if it's cheap. If it's expensive, it sits upon a shelf and never gets used because I don't want to use it on the wrong project. You know, you want to use it on the right project, and
Exactly.
I feel like I never use it if I get a nice yarn. So,
I have a box full of really nice Hank yarn. Most of it is hand dyed. That I'm afraid to use,
mhm.
or that I just haven't figured out what to do with because I don't have an awful lot of any one yarn because it's so expensive.
Yeah, that is a problem. But luckily for me, at least, you know, maybe not so much for you, who you make a range of sizes of project. My projects tend to be pretty small, um, but none of them are worth expensive yarn when they can just as easily be acrylic.
Well, also, you have to consider the end use. If it's like a baby blanket, you want it to be washable. If
Hmm.
it's any kind of a baby garment, you want it to be washable. Um, most of my sweaters are made with washable stuff. Um, if it's if it's going to be hats for donations, it's almost always going to be washable. So, I hate to say this, everybody, but it's almost time to go see Granny D, and I have to call it a day. What you got
So
there?
I don't know if you can see this. So this is I made a baby pizza cocoon, and it looks
Oh
like a slice of pizza.
my goodness. I think I might have seen things similar to that before, but I love that.
Yeah,
Was
and
that a published pattern or something that you made up?
so it actually was published by Burnett. So it's on YouTube for free, and I just kind of I started with the pattern, and then I just kind of went and did my own thing.
Mm.
Um, so yeah, but I made sure I did it in acrylic yarn so it could be washed. So that's why I want to like dye acrylic yarn. Plus, it's mostly what I have, and I want the look of hand dyed without the cost of hand dyed.
I have um again, this was a giveaway, but like 2 or 3 years ago, I have a hank of hand spun yarn that is ready to be dyed. I've never dyed anything in my life. I could use it in its current state because it's like a sort of a beigey off-white, maybe ivory, you might call it. Um, but I wanted to learn dyeing, but I didn't want to spoil the yarn by using it to learn dyeing.
That's fair. That's why I wonder if we start with acrylic, if we'll learn the techniques, and then we would be able to dye. And not that I don't have any ambition to dye um, other yarn, but for your purposes, you could just use white acrylic, because white acrylic to dye it, you just use acrylic paint and water,
Mm, mm.
so it's much less expensive of an endeavor to get into. And
Maybe
then you can
I
try
will.
different patterns, see what works, and then
Maybe
you
I'll.
try your expensive yarn with.
I'll send that hank to somebody who does a lot of dyeing and ask them to surprise me with the result.
Ooh, that's a great idea.
I think I'll do that because I hate um, um, not using it. It's nice yarn. Anyway, we do have to call it a day. It's 5 o'clock. So let's all go see Granny D. I just posted the link a second ago. So thank you for coming up. Thank you everybody who's here and everybody who watches the replay, although I can't imagine why you would.
Because we're amazing.
Well, there is that. I can't deny it. But I actually never watch replays of anyone's live streams. So maybe that's why I just can't understand anybody watching mine.
Yeah.
But I get messages from people saying I'm watching the replay. So I think it's cool that people do that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, let's all go and raid Granny D and tell her that I sent you.
Mm-hmm.
Kai. Bye-bye, everybody.
Hi, David. Great to see you.